On this burned patch of land, hidden off a bush track, lie the remnants of troubled times.
This would be one of the tents, and this is the stick that went with the tent.
More than 150 people camped here for months last year with no toilets or running water. They were fleeing violence raging in their nearby home community of Wadeye.
It is heartbreaking and it's traumatising. There's fighting going on, people running around with axes, something that I never thought I'd see.
Wadeye, or Port Keats, in the Northern Territory's remote west. It's a complex place where ancient Kadu tradition, Western religion, AFL and heavy metal music all meet in the middle.
Wadeye is a good place, a place to be, like people coming in, people going out.
Once a Catholic mission, Wadeye is home to more than 2,000 people of 22 different clan groups, some of which have been fighting for centuries.
There was conflict particularly over, I suppose, country, resources, women. So it's not something that just happened with the arrival of the missionaries or whitefellas. It was already here.
It's not just history fueling the feuds. Wadeye is statistically one of the most disadvantaged corners of the country, where the median age at death is 20 years younger than the national average.
People get bored, and when you've got a pool with no water in it, you've got roads which are pretty shocking actually. People tend to lose pride for themselves, and also they start to turn in on each other.
Tensions came to a head last April after a 33-year-old man was killed in the unrest. Last month, a promising young leader from the community was sentenced to 7 years prison for his manslaughter. In the wake of this death, dozens of homes and cars were set ablaze.
I stood out with the family out there crying, my heart out. This was at 10:30, while the kids' families were fleeing from that area.
Among those affected when Wadeye burned, Kadu Diminan landowner Margaret Purgett, who says the community is now trying hard to recover and make peace with the past.
My father used to tell me, you have to be strong inside here and strong in your mind.
Over the past year, the Territory government has spent more than $10 million rebuilding destroyed houses.
Right now at the moment, we are changing life to people. Getting slow progress to get together.
Traditional owners say they're now taking charge of forging change for their hometown, recently holding a huge men's ceremony to try to connect their children back to their cultural roots and help give them some purpose and hope.
Good to see you.
Police also want to be a part of a positive future and say keeping the peace in Wadeye can no longer be done by wielding a big stick and arresting their way out of the problems.
To have a community that is free from violence, where people can live happy, healthy lives, we all want that.
A new senior sergeant welcomed back to Kadu Diminan country has ambitions to help rebuild relationships left strained for so long.
To hear that the community are happy to have us here and they consider us as their police officers, it's really touching, and it's good to be part of that community welcoming spirit.
Alongside police, peacekeeping talks have been held between Wadeye's different family groups to ensure tensions don't boil over once again. Is it at peace at the moment or is it tense?
Nah, still on.
12 months on from the riots, people here are wanting to move on and focus on the positives of life in Wadeye. But it's tricky, as many of the triggering factors for the fighting still remain, like overcrowded housing, low rates of education and employment. Some say until those root causes are truly tackled, it will be difficult to find any real change.
You know, it's not like that you have a magic wand on your hand, saying abracadabra, stop all this. It'll continue to go on like this.
Like I tell my people, you know, I can change, you can change too. Everybody can change for a new future, for young people to become a good leader.
Leaders unified at least in their hope of stopping the cycle of violence for the next generation. Matt Garrick, ABC News, Wadeye.